report stated that Dr. Kaur connects with the residents, speaking to them in English, Chinese, and Malay. Considering that she was born in Malaysia, where Malay is the first language, and considering the fact that she is Chinese and has been in Singapore for such a long time, perhaps it's no surprise that she can speak in 3 languages. Regardless, I think it is good that she uses her language skills to connect with the residents. The same newspaper article reported that a Hong Kah North voter, a man who had become a citizen of Singapore only last year, a new citizen, acknowledging that I asked his name and shook his hands. He said his helpers asked me to vote for him, but I didn't know what to vote for. I am a 4th generation Singaporean. A new citizen like him may not know what he is voting for in this election. He will probably know only in a generation's time. But I think those of you who have been staying here for many generations know what you are voting for in this election. The PAP likes to play up the racial riots of the 1960s. I want to tell you, the divide is not between the Chinese, the Malays, and the Indians, and the other races that are here. The divide is between Singaporeans and foreigners. Before I tell you what you are voting for in this election, let me tell you what you are voting against. Dr. Kaur is the Senior Minister of State for Health and Manpower. She heads REACH, the government's feedback unit. She is also the Deputy Whip of the PAP. Look at the report card of the Health Ministry. People, even old people, are sleeping on hospital corridors because of the bed crunch. And when you ask them why, the reply is, because it is holiday season. Look at the Ministry of Manpower. Dr. Kaur said that a Singaporean first policy will not benefit the economy. No. When a 76-year-old woman complained about not being able to withdraw her CPF, Dr. Kaur said that the woman mistakenly believed that she cannot withdraw her CPF. Even now, we don't know if the Amma was able to withdraw her CPF, and if she was able to, if it was given out as a lump sum. Look at REACH, the government feedback unit. Mr. Goh Chok Tong recently said that REACH must evaluate how it can move into the next stage. What does that mean? REACH is stuck in a certain time warp and not as effective as in getting Singaporeans' feedback. Look at the 6.9 million population paper. Did Dr. Amy Kaur, being the Deputy Party Whip, compel all PAP MPs to vote for the paper? Dr. Kaur's report book for the past 4 to 5 years looks quite bad. Don't you agree?
It's very bad.
So Hong Kah North, when you go to cast your votes on September 11, this is what you are voting against. You are voting against the rising cost of living. You are voting against GST rise. You are voting against high COE prices. You are voting against MRT breakdowns. You are voting against the bed crunch in hospitals. You are voting against the CPF policy. You are voting against a government which is not listening to you. You are voting against a policy which does not put Singaporeans first. Now let me tell you what you are voting for. Medical care is a top concern for many Hong Kah North voters. One voter recounted his recent experience in a government polyclinic. He was prescribed 3 months supply of non-subsidized medical drug by the doctor. And when the pharmacist told him that the 3-month supply of drugs will cost him $1,300, his heart sank. And he had a heart attack. He couldn't use his medicine to pay for it. He asked me, where do I find such kind of money? He asked the pharmacist to give him 1 month's supply. And today, instead of taking 3 tablets a day, as prescribed by the doctor, he's taking 1 tablet a day. This is so expensive. I must make it last for at least 3 months, he said. When I asked him, can I? He replied, what to do? This is the situation many Singaporeans are in. Which is why, in my manifesto, among other things, I have promised that if elected, I will set up a 500,000 Hong Kah North Medical Assistance Fund, which Singaporean Hong Kah North residents can tap onto to pay for such unsubsidized medical drugs. One resident had a question regarding my promise to be a full-time MP. If I get elected, and if MPS 3 times a week is a tall order, I do not think so. If Hong Kah North residents elect me, it is my duty to serve the voters here. Serving the residents of Hong Kah North becomes my priority. Besides seeing me 3 times a week in the MPSs, you will also get to see me eating at your coffee shops and taking the same buses with you when you travel to work and school. I have given the voters of Hong Kah North my personal phone number. That is a sign of my commitment to you. You don't need to speak with third party to have access to me.
Yes.
The buses here are so crowded. When we miss one, we have to wait 25 minutes to get another. This was what a Hong Kah North resident told me. In my manifesto, I have promised to lobby for more buses and more frequent bus services for you. I will do all I can to lobby hard for you on this. Another resident told me about how just having breakfast in some coffee shops in Hong Kah North costs you at least $4, and that he brought up the matter to some of Dr. Kor's grassroots people, and you know what they said to him? $4 not very expensive lah. And he told me, maybe $4 is not expensive when you earn almost $1 million as a senior minister of state. But for me, I earn only 1,000 plus. It is very expensive.
Yes.
The government has promised to build more hawker centers, and I promise to be your advocate to push for a market and hawker center in your constituency. I have learned from the Chiams about the importance of good town council management. I have heard stories about how Mr. Chiam's town council responds to its residents, even when they call him at 10 p.m. at night. My town council will be at your call. That is my promise to you. I bought my flat very cheaply in 1986. I don't want to sell it now, because if I sell my money, it'll go inside my retirement account. What for? After 60 years, also have loan restriction. Who want to buy my flat? This was what a senior citizen recently told me. The government has also said that once your flat reaches 99 years, the value of your flat is zero. Which is why in my manifesto, I have promised to campaign on your behalf for 30-year lease top-up. Among other benefits, there is money in the pocket for you. Do you agree?
Yes.
We have spoken to her, Dr. Kaur, many times about the low-flying military aircraft. Sometimes they fly so early in the morning, at 8 o'clock. When we feedback to her, she said that she will bring up in Parliament. We are not sure if she had. Another one said, the traffic here is so heavy and the tipper trucks drive very fast. There have been a few accidents. I promise to be a voice for you in Parliament, to bring up such matters which affect your quality of life. So when you go to the polling booth, on September 11th, this is what you are voting for when you vote for me. You will be voting for a better sense of security with the Hong Kah North Medical Assistance Fund. You will be voting for a full-time MP who will be dedicated to serving you at your beck and call. You will be voting for a town council which will be accessible and work hard for you. You will be voting for a parliamentarian who will put Singaporeans first. You will be voting for your future, your children's future, and your children's children's future. When I was introduced as a candidate for Hong Kah North by Mr. and Mrs. Chiam on 23rd October 2015, Dr. Amy Kaur swung by to meet Mr. Chiam. She said, "Mr. Chiam, welcome to my constituency." And Mr. Chiam retorted, "What do you mean your constituency? I was here before you in 1991. I know that I faced a tough fight here, but I came here prepared. The chances of a swing in my favor here are slimmer. I came to you, Hong Kah North, knowing this. Even if I don't win, by voting for me and thereby reducing Dr. Kaur's margin of vote share from the last election, you will be sending a strong signal to her that she needs to pull up her socks and not take Hong Kah North voters for granted." Hong Kah North, you had trusted Mr. Chiam's men in the past. When Hong Kah North was Bukit Gombak SMC, you put one of Mr. Chiam's men into Parliament. Mr. Chiam promised the voters of Hong Kah North that he will field one of his strongest candidates in your constituency to serve you. And he has kept his promise by fielding me here. I ask that you give me a vote and send me to Parliament.
No problem.
Hong Kah North. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Ravi Philemon. And now I would like to invite Mr. Chiam Tong to address the resident of Hong Kah North Thank you very much, Ravi. Well, I hope you all can hear me. Then we know what SPP stands for.
Yes.
The only thing now is to vote for SPP. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you very much for your faith in the party. We want to be done. Well, we heard all our English for several points. We are always voting for. Overall, I can see there's speciality money having determination to improve our country. Thank you very much. Thank you for giving your time for us today. And go straight around. SPP is vote wrong, party is vote wrong.
Yes.
We have good candidates as good as the PAP in our sector. We are Ravi Philemon, Chairman Queen as a co-leader, John Ravi, and all our quality candidates.
Yes.
My wife is just at the end in complaining and forgetting. First of all, I mentioned to you that you asked the most questions in Parliament last year. You asked over 70 questions in 1 year. Now the arrival, the arrival. Well, thank you very much for coming around. Vote for SPP.
Yes. Vote for SPP.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, vote for Mr. Ravi Philemon for Hong Kah North SMC into the Parliament. Please do vote for Director of Mountbatten SMC. Do vote for the Bishop of GLC team. And also, please return back Potong Pasir to Singapore. Vote for SPP. 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 Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have one request from yours truly, Mr. Ravi Philemon. Would like all of you to join him to take up and take the pledge of Singapore right here at Hong Kah North SMC.
We the citizens of Singapore pledge ourselves as one united people. Regardless of race, language or religion. To build a democratic society. Based on justice and equality. So as to achieve. Happiness. Prosperity. And progress. For our nation.
gentlemen, yours truly, Mr. Ravi Philemon, candidate for Hong Kah North SMC. Miss Director Abunos, candidate for Mountbatten SMC. Mr. Brian Long, Mr. Law Kim Hui, Mr. Abdullah Abdul, Mr. Hamid Hayat, as well as Mr. Brad Hui for Vision Topayo GRTC. And last of all, don't forget Mr. Chiam, and we hope to bring back Potong Pasir to SPP. Ladies and gentlemen of Hong Kah North SMC, we would like to thank you for attending our rally, and please, if you do have the time, come down to Mountbatten SMC for our rally tomorrow night, same time at 7 p.m. You can check out from our website for the venue, and please do vote for SPP this coming 11 of September. Okay, don't forget 9/11, easy day to remember. Vote for SPP, vote for the slate of candidates into the parliament. Thank you very much. Good night. Take care. And we'll see you on 9/11 this coming Friday. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. See you in Parliament.
谢谢谢谢。
Benjamin, please. See you in Parliament. Thank you. Thank you. Sini.